For those about the rock, we salute you. That Classic Rock Show is brought to you by the Rock Pile Jam Sessions and the Pub on 61, 2366 Ashley River Road, Charleston, South Carolina.
Damn it.
Out the gate, he's already.
Ain't no fucking way to slice it.
Oh.
Just cut the meat, trim the fat. Let's go.
If anybody was nervous, they're not now.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Sean.
Where's that Classic Rock Show? I'm Shawnee, the Nature Boy Shawnee Dolby. I never say the last name. Very rare do I say the last name on this show. Sean Dolby. How y'all doing? The fabulous Moolah. Heather Rogers is here.
God.
Archer, we got to come up with a nice wrestling nickname for you, Archer.
I don't even wrestle. I don't understand.
I
It's
know
okay.
you don't follow wrestling, so you don't.
I
get it.
used to. No. I used to follow old school wrestling. But
Okay,
I don't,
fabulous
I don't,
Moolah.
I know who she is. Yeah.
My clam nation name is Filthy McNasty.
Filthy McNasty. We got Filthy McNasty in the building. And our guest now, Thoroughfare.
Yay! Woo!
See, I like holding up the stuff when they give us stuff like this because it's just exciting. And rest in peace to the Prince of Darkness, the Prince of motherfucking Darkness, Ozzy. You know how if y'all know me, y'all know that I'm a big Led Zeppelin and a big Black Sabbath fanatic. So my past 2 weeks, I've been feeling a little glum, so I've been drinking a little bit more. Unfortunately, I don't have anything here with me now. I'm trying to do it, but I'm trying to do it, legitimately. Shut in.
Oh my God.
Where's the fucking remote? Shut in. I'm the fucking Prince of Darkness.
Oh God. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but hey, you know what? We love Ozzy. We're rest in peace.
Yes.
But we're here with Thoroughfare. That's more important. And if you guys don't mind, tell me your name and what you do for the band.
Well, first of all, we're really happy to be here. So thank
Aw,
you.
you're
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
that you're
for-
here.
no, we're-
Because if you wasn't here, we'd be here alone. And damn it, we're scared of the dark.
You'd be putting on a hell of a show. So.
We're Thoroughfare. My name's Rachel. I'm lead vocals.
I'm Nate. I play guitar.
Nate! I always liked the name Nate. I always like. Matter of fact, Prince had that in a song. Remember, it was. Now I know you're a Prince fanatic. It was. What was the name of the song? In France, little kid died from a disease. It was a small disease from little. What was the name? It was.
You sound like Ozzy.
It was the first single from. Oh Lord, it'll come back.
It'll in between sets you'll figure it out. Okay, so guitar.
Sign of the Times.
Oh, Sign of the
Remember,
Times.
he ends it. He says, "Let's fall in love and have a baby. We can name him Nate.
Oh,
He's a boy."
That's right.
See, Prince was a jackass.
So somebody was a fan maybe and fell in love and had a baby and
It
named
was
him Nate.
the prophecy.
And they named him Nate because he was a boy. You wouldn't name a girl Nate.
I don't think so.
And if so, that'd be a hell of a topic. Thoroughfare.
So how did you guys get together as a band? And we were going to talk about the origin story, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been living in Charleston for about 8 years now.
God bless you.
And I was playing in a band when I'm from Miami. I was playing in a band in Miami for a little while. But when we moved here, I was trying to get a music project off the ground, and at the time I was just having a hard time finding like-minded musicians, especially people who were playing more kind of pop rock oriented music and emo music,
Just in case.
yeah. It was about 6 years in when I was living here, and then one day Rachel just walks into the restaurant that I was working at the time, and she was looking for. She had just moved here.
I was going around downtown. I had just moved to Charleston. I didn't know anybody, and I was like talking to somebody at one of these places downtown to see if they did open mics, trying to set up a show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like walk around and see if I can find anywhere else that has any of these things. So I walked into the restaurant that he works at, and I started talking about like this kind of stuff that we play and everything. And
Yeah, I knew from the second she walked in that it was going to be good. That we were going to get a project off the ground.
She's
so.
got that look, man.
Yeah, definitely got the look.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we at the time it was just two of us. We started hanging out. We started just trying to do some acoustic covers and whatnot. And
he sent me some of the stuff that he had done before, and I was like, man, this guy is good. Like, I was a little intimidated at first, but
I was thrilled because I'd been sitting on just a stockpile of music for I mean, some of the songs on that album were 15 years old. I wrote when I was in high school.
Wow.
And just could never get them off the ground. And just meeting Rachel and her and she just brought everything to life in like
I
a week,
had been doing some like stuff by myself, playing little open mics and little shows here and there. I was living in Roanoke, Virginia at the time, just playing these tiny little coffee house shows and everything, like by myself with my keyboard and my little guitar posted up in my corner. And then like this just became something that I like never really expected, but I always wanted. So
What an evolution!
I completely almost given up on just kind of looking or trying to start a band again, but
And here
it
you
just
are.
all fell into place, and that was
What an evolution!
How long ago did you get together?
Hold up.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
get to the meat of the real question.
yeah.
The meat of the. You know, I'm on my shit today. I'm on my shit.
He's had a beer
The first
already.
interview I was a little reserved. Now I got 2 Bud Lights and
Oh, we're cutting
Filters
loose.
off.
Let's go.
Filters
and
off.
I'm waiting to go get me a scotch.
Oh my God.
Now, the real question that the people want to know, the public wants to know, what was your position at the restaurant?
I was a front of house manager.
Okay, I don't know why. You look like a barback.
Yeah, really? I'll tell you the beard thing. I'll tell you.
You look like you look like a barback, dude. You know, with the big bus boys, they getting the tables. And
I'll do whatever job.
The bus boys
I need to do,
always get the girls sneakily.
Yeah.
You
So-
could see
They
these
sneak and get
guys.
the girls. The bus boys always sneak and get girls because we kind of feel sorry for the bus boys.
Yeah.
So you get the more attention in the conversation. That has nothing to do with anything.
So I was actually the barback.
She was
So
she's
you were
the
the
bar
bar
back. Yeah. She was bar backing at the time, so yeah.
That's crazy.
So there's a barback in there somewhere, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so how
Okay,
long
yeah,
have you
but-
been together as a band?
It's been about
Well, we met
Going on 3 years
We met
now.
3 years, but we really only started on the original material so about a year and a half ago. We were just screwing around with covers and acoustic stuff
To get started, yeah.
and then but eventually we just kind of hearing what we were coming out with, like I didn't want to do the covers anymore, and I'm like, we have all this original material, let's take a stab at it, and
Started,
and then we just immediately we jammed on 1 or 2 old songs and we just started recording immediately.
Wow.
and
Wow.
we were at it like all the time, and like recording almost every
She
day.
was-
I would come over like every day
She was
before
living.
work,
She was
and-
living in my closet for a little while. We recorded the whole out. We recorded the whole first album in my
That is,
closet.
I
Dave's bedroom
love
closet.
home recordings because it's so organic.
Yeah, it was.
And-
And, we had
and-
all the time in the world to
A lot
just
of
play around
people
with
don't
it.
realize how important the closet mic booth
Yeah.
or the bathroom mic booth used to be.
Yeah.
The acoustics in the closet and the bathroom had that natural room reverb.
We went through 2 or 3 different rooms before we settled on like the
Yeah.
master closet.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. We did but it all worked out. And
What,
we kind
what-
of learned the songs again together through recording them.
What program were you using? What DAW were you
Logic.
using? Logic.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did everything on Logic.
The Logic is clean and it's always been clean.
Yeah, it's. I had it on my Mac. It's user oriented, user friendly. So it's
Okay.
Yeah, and we kind of learned the songs, all over again through the recording process, and
many hours.
yeah, it was
Lots of fun.
It was the best 6 months ever. Just writing, tweaking, doing everything again, and just bringing these songs to life finally, which was really rewarding. And
So how long did it take to get the other goons? How long did it take to get the goons in?
every origin story is pretty interesting. They all came one at a time. I mean,
I met Chris. I was living at this apartment complex, and he was the maintenance guy.
Yeah.
And
Chris had origins in metal drum, and so
Yeah.
and that's exactly
I-
we need a metal drummer.
yeah,
So,
he came and like fixed the electrical something in my apartment, and we started talking about music because he saw I had a keyboard in my
You do
apartment.
realize this sounds like the origins of a porn movie. The
One step at a time,
Well,
man.
it didn't turn out that way.
We're starting with the band.
Okay,
We'll see where things go.
It could have gone one of two ways,
Hi, the maintenance guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come right in.
Oh my God.
Thoroughfare.
That
This is the band here. You guys are headlining on this show. Heather, you have the flyer.
yeah. August 21st.
This is gonna be it's an amazing opportunity.
We are so
excited about
incredibly
it. Yeah.
excited about this show.
I can imagine. How did y'all get involved with it?
Well, that started with Tom when we met Tom.
yeah.
Tom
Tom helped us
went
get
that
the show, and
Yeah.
now we're like going for it, putting things up everywhere, and
We were-
telling everybody about it.
After we met, I knew James just from food and beverage, after hours life and going out to the bars and whatnot. And I knew he was an amazing guitar player. I did not think for a second he would want to be part of this project, honestly, because he was doing his own thing and he was pretty successful with all the open mics and stuff that he was doing. But showed him the music and he was about it. And he jumped on board immediately, which was incredible.
Came in, started messing everything up. He's like the older brother that I
giving you hell,
loved, but I never wanted.
And so you do all originals, and
All
so
originals,
obviously
yeah.
we talked about that. How about influences? Like when you write, who?
It was just I've always been kind of about. I kind of grew up on pop punk and punk rock music. Even old school punk from the '80s and mid '90s. I love a lot of metal music. I listen to a lot of doom metal, but really it was kind of that kind of emo alternative rock that really kind of guided this. Hopefully, with the sound that we wanted to try and create from this.
So Rachel, what's your singing style?
Oh goodness.
Loud.
Or does anybody
Loud, yeah.
or like I asked on the last taping.
So I actually grew up singing in a church choir.
That'll do it.
Same.
That kind of helps
yeah.
form a lot of my vocals and stuff like that. And so like, I've always loved like punk and more alternative style music, and I wanted to go more in that direction. And that was something that I hadn't really explored until I started this project, and it just gave me like so much confidence to be able to hear myself on these songs and be like, man, like I really think my voice is fitted well for this. So
Does anybody tell you that you sound like?
Bless you for that.
Does anybody tell you that you sound like anybody familiar or?
I don't know so much sound like. I mean, obviously the Haley Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It goes without saying, but
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yeah, I
but
get that a lot.
It's different. She's a powerhouse.
I've been developing my vocal style throughout this process, and like from the beginning till now, I've improved a lot. I'm so much more confident in things.
Yeah.
I've learned how to scream a little bit too,
Yeah.
Well,
which
I've been
is
learning like this. all
super
this together.
exciting.
It's been-
This is very interesting to me for one reason, because I have a thing about the church girl going bad. And seriously,
is why we're friends.
seriously, how did your mother or your parents feel about it? She's coming from the church choir, going to this.
We don't talk about it.
I don't blame you. I can imagine you don't.
We don't.
I can tell you because tattoos and piercings and all that. It just kind of becomes one of those things where it's like they just, okay, Heather got another tattoo.
The first time my
whatever.
mother saw my hair, she about fainted.
Yeah.
So
The first tattoo was a problem, and the first
Yep.
piercing was a problem.
yeah,
but then
always.
eventually, once I'm 47 years old, they just know not to even ask anymore.
yeah,
or
I've
not
kind
to
of,
say anything.
I've kind of settled with being the family disappointment.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
cool with that.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool with that. You gotta
Yeah, I'm cool
accept
with
that because
Yeah.
That means I'm the cool one, right?
Yeah, I grew up
man.
the rebel. I
Yeah.
grew up in going to Catholic school, right down the street. And what's so crazy about it, when hip hop in Catholic school, I was like one of 3 black kids there. So when you're talking about the 60s and the 70s, late 60s and early 70s and mid 70s, we had Kiss, we had Zeppelin,
Right.
we had the bands. It was AM radio.
Right.
It was not really FM radio. FM radio was playing like the long versions of rock songs.
Right.
We had the full version of Stairway to Heaven. But when my parents just saw me going into hip hop and crossing over it back into rock, my parents just left it alone.
Yeah.
They just said, "You going to church this Sunday?" "No, Mom."
Yeah.
"Okay, well, God, okay." They just left it alone.
I grew up in church. I was there every Wednesday, every Sunday,
Yep.
and it was
Same.
just like it
Same
was a whole
ex-
thing.
Same exact story.
My
yeah.
mom like never really wanted me to like get into music and stuff, and like even through all of that, like I just knew that it was the thing that I just had to do. I couldn't give up on it, and I just I kept going no matter what, and then I finally found my place in it, and it's very exciting.
Well, I'm sure the band is glad that you made the turn. You didn't really make the turn. You just went through the other side of
The turn had since been made when I met her.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
You were already on the turn.
Yeah.
I've been turning a lot.
He caught you in the
everything falls into
cul-de-sac. You
Oh,
were
yeah.
already,
Oh yeah.
How do y'all prefer? Because you said you did the home recordings.
Yeah.
And honestly, my studio's in my house.
Yeah.
I had retail studios. I closed them because recording at home, putting a studio in the house and inviting people over, they feel more comfortable. In the big studios, people felt pressure to try to get it right.
Yeah,
especially if they were paying for the time.
And it just comes to an issue of time, because that's, the biggest thing we always struggle with was just trying to do what we want to do and be confined to paying by the minute and having to worry about getting. I mean, so it just kind of it always opens that up, and that the availability to.
Well, which do you?
Once you do it yourself, I mean, if you learn to do all these things yourself, especially like starting as a band, I mean, you kind of have to be your own social media ambassador.
It's good
you have to be your own producer.
It's good to be your own producer, your own engineer, so that when you do go to a studio, nobody won't fuck you over. You kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know how it's supposed to sound. You know what you want to do. What do you prefer, the live or the studio?
Everyone now, I am 100%. I love writing and recording. That's what I love doing more than anything.
That's more.
If you've ever seen
Rachel
me
was
on
born
stage,
to
you
be
know
put
that
on a
like
stage.
that is my place. I love that.
You look
It's
like a
so
little
much
ball
fun.
of fire.
Yeah. I get really excited and I just get up there and I feel like I can finally just like get it all out. You know, it's my favorite thing.
Thoroughfare. Y'all got to give me one of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I need one of
Just
these.
walk around with
I
it.
need,
You know?
I need one of these for my wall, man, 'cause I got a wall of fame in my house. That's great. Heather?
Let's see. What else can we talk about?
What hair products do you use?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on it. No, don't look at me. Don't look. I know you're.
We were just talking
I'm
about
not doing
that.
this.
Actually.
I quit dyeing my hair like a long time ago. Although, I mean, I probably attempted to get that hair color when I was younger.
I've been coloring my hair since I was 17.
Yeah,
we went to Las Vegas for the When We Were Young festival 2 years ago. Last time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what hair products you use, but I'm so glad that my credit card was not on file for the hotel because
the deposit.
Yeah, I mean, her pillowcase was just completely covered in red
I was
hair.
I was like showering and then I was drying off my hair with the white towels and then I'm in there and I'm like it's not looking good,
it's
guys.
like a crime scene.
Yeah.
My buddy James, who was with, not this James, another James, but he was at the time. I was so glad that he had his credit card on file. It wasn't an issue, but
With this being, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say writing. So I know you started out and you had a whole bank of music when you guys started. Are you writing new material and collaborating together now?
Oh, I mean,
we're really focusing on the project that we have going on right now. But
we released our
like we're gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Our first album at the beginning of this year, and we're just really trying to build on it and just do it's kind of just build on a theme and just make it like this thematic kind of set. I mean, we're all learning and doing this day by day. So, but
I have a bunch of music that I'm sitting on too. So
we're
I'm
all.
just,
I mean,
super excited to be able to.
I mean, when we're through kind of this, the next few shows and we can sit down all together, and that's going to be the next really exciting part of this chapter is just collaborating all together as a band, like for really.
Especially because we're all so different and like, we've all got different ideas and like coming from a different place of like he's a guitarist, I'm a singer, and all this stuff. Like I think it'll be cool to like write together as a group because that's something that I have never done before. I've always written by myself.
It's fascinating.
Has anybody, as a collective, as a band, has anybody writing together? You mentioned that. Has anybody shot down any of your ideas? And if so, what was your reaction?
I didn't see that question coming.
I don't think anyone's. I don't think we've.
I don't think we've really had
Nobody
that.
said that
opportunity.
that sound sucks, man.
Never.
We're gonna get to that point, but
okay.
not yet. Not yet.
No. Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: have you ever had a song that you pitched that they didn't accept and you kind of got disappointed about?
Oh, we got one on the album that I think that it was like pulling teeth to get Rachel to do. Just
like we're not gonna
we'll probably never play. It's not our
live.
style, but I just wanted to I wanted to do it. I just wanted to get it out there. And
I love the song, and I think it really like it's a hard song to sing, man. There are some super highs and there are some super lows. So like that one was really challenging for me, but thematically it was just like it was a little more. More emo than what I.
That was really our only experience that we had doing that. So.
Yeah, but I love the song, and I feel like it's something that is important and deserves a place on the album, which we released earlier this year.
Awesome.
Our album is called Incinerate. We are Thoroughfare. It's available on all streaming platforms. We're going to get some CDs and vinyls of it printed out for the upcoming show as well as
they got vinyls.
Yeah, vinyls.
They got vinyls.
Just for the
DJs.
But hey guys, we're here at Southern Roots. We're going to take a break and we'll play some Thoroughfare. You guys are going to send us some video, and Archer's going to be back with the rest of Thoroughfare, and we're that classic rock show.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
You are listening to That Classic Rock Show. Now this is what rock is supposed to sound like.
This song is our title track of our album that we released in January. It's called Incinerate.
You are listening to That Classic Rock Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Archer, and this is That Classic Rock Show, and I'm here with Thoroughfare. Now, please, if you guys can, introduce yourself, your name, and maybe what instrument you play or what role you have in the band.
Yeah. So my name's Chris. I'm the drummer.
Okay.
I'm Tom. I'm the bass player.
I'm James. I play lead guitar.
Oh, another lead guitar player like myself. I love it. This is actually my favorite combination of bandmates, actually, is usually, guitar, drums, and bass, right? But I also enjoy keyboard players. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, yeah.
With all the
I'll
perfect
tickle the
sound.
ivories every once in a while.
They got AI
Just a little
version.
tickle. Yeah.
Rachel's a hell of a piano player.
Yeah.
She is.
All right, so what? Tell me about your set, man. What do you got?
So my rundown, let's see. I rock a Mapex Armory series.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hybrid maple birch. I got all Meinl Byzance traditional cymbals. How in depth do you want me to go? I got drum honey dampeners.
Yeah, dampeners are a big thing because I'm a music teacher, and I teach Monday through Friday, and for a longest time we were putting moon gels on the drum heads, but then I started noticing that the children started throwing them up and hitting the tile and the ceiling, so we quit doing that.
Yeah.
Is it double bass that you're playing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And then for you on bass, what kind of bass guitar do you got?
So I've got a couple basses. The one I've been mainly working with for this project is a 5-string Dingwall. It's a multi-scale combustion with 3 pickup configuration. It's just a monster of a bass because it's got a 37-inch scale B string. So the depth of the tone on that low B is just, it rocks a house. It'll shake a neighborhood. It feels like thunder. And we play in a down tune to C, so it's good to have that low B to be able to really hit some of those low notes. And then I'm playing everything through an Aguilar setup. I've got a 2x10 and a 112, and I play it through an AG 700 or a DB 751 if the venue allows it. But Charleston venues just aren't big enough to handle that kind of heat sometimes. So.
Yeah. You say that you're playing with a 5-string bass. Everybody loves that because you can get that low end right there. I talked to one time a bass player who played a 4-string bass, and he admittedly told me that he actually never tunes his G string because G strings are for pussies. That's what he said.
Pussies and beautiful ladies.
Right. And so my question is, do you ever tune that G string?
I tune them all. I grew up a classical bass player in orchestra playing upright bass.
Okay.
So I have a lot of roots in a more classical environment. In fact, I didn't play a 5-string bass until probably about 4 years ago when I got my first one. I'd seen Victor Wooten play my whole life, and he's one of my idols. And he always played everything he did with a 4-string. And I figure if the best bass player alive only needed 4, there ain't no reason for me to need more than that myself. But then I started playing metal and realized you absolutely do need that lower string unless you want to play in drop tunings, which I'm not a big fan of. So
yeah. All right, and our lead guitar player, tell me, what are you playing?
I don't know how I got on the gearhead portion of the show because I know jack all about what I play. My guitar is a 2012 Fender Jaguar HH, so it's all blacked out. It's got all chrome hardware.
And you got humbucker pickups.
Yeah,
too.
man. Yeah, you know it. So when I finally get that paycheck from Thoroughfare, which Nate, you and I should talk later, I'm gonna swap out all the chrome for gold because I feel like black and gold is kind of a classy look. But
yes.
As far as amps and setups like that, I didn't know Tom and I had so much in common. I was also classically trained on flamenco style guitar, and I always kind of focused on the instrument more than the equipment initially. But then getting into it, like Nate's thrown me a pedal. I couldn't even tell you what it's called. I'll play whatever amp doesn't buzz on me when I plug in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my setup for the most part. Just whatever works.
Now, if you had to describe the genre of Thoroughfare, like what is it really? Is it metal? Is it? I mean, and you know, I've heard that there's actually like a lot of different genres of metal. You know, you've got Viking metal, you've got doom metal. You've got, you know, neoclassical metal. What kind of metal is it? Is it metal?
I would say, what are we?
Tom.
The closest thing I would compare us to is like a fusion between pop punk and post-hardcore, where we have a little bit of the elements of both. You know, catchy choruses, grinding, breakdown riffs, a lot of shredding and guitar solos. There's actually a lot of progressive elements too. I mean, we have a multitude of songs with odd time signatures, playing in, you know, 7/8 and then back to a 6/8 feel. We've got a couple parts where the syncopation between the drums and the guitar and bass is about as complex as anything I've played in. So it's really kind of all over the board. It's kind of a best of Warped tour, if I could describe it in one thing. Like, you just take a lot of your favorite bands that you heard at Warped Tour over the years, and we're playing a little bit of all of that.
So you're saying it's more pop punk than it really is metal? Because like I was guessing, because you know, you said, you know, I haven't heard your band before, but you know, you were talking about the low B string. See some of the T-shirt with the writing there,
snuffed on sight. Yeah,
and this guy looks really tough. You know.
Yeah, the harder core of a band T-shirt you wear, the harder core you are. So it's like we're always trying to look the part.
Oh, I feel like I'm out of place. I've got an Eddie Bush T-shirt here.
Yeah, that's hard for the old heads.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so I'm, you know, we've been talking a little bit about the band, but you know, for about a week or so, maybe even more, you know, I think we were talking about maybe bringing up Ozzy Osbourne here, and I see that you guys are going to be at the Music Farm, and I think the first like Music Farm before it was the Music Farm was called Charleston County Hall, which was located on King Street. And legend has it that Ozzy actually played in the city of Charleston twice. I didn't know if you guys knew that. No. The first time was in 1972 with Black Sabbath, and it ended in chaos because this is a true story. You can look it up on Google. Like Google knows everything. And so we were saying, what I found out was that it ended in chaos, a half-filled room. You know, he didn't sing after his third song because he lost his voice. No air conditioning. People were throwing beer bottles, breaking the ticket kiosk. Have you ever had to play in front of a half-empty room with angry concert goers? Have you ever had to experience that just like Ozzy?
Gentlemen, may I?
So many times.
Yeah.
We played a show. I don't even want to say where it was because it's an awesome venue and they took really, really good care of us. I think it was the first place that Tom ever saw us play live, and for whatever reason, that's what convinced him to join the band. But we played to like a crowd of 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like that venue is not a
shredded and put everything that they could into it, and that's what sold me. Is like they were still playing like there was 100 people out there.
Oh, how about you, Bubba?
Oh man. Let's see. I'd say probably back in Virginia. That's where I'm from originally. I was in a lot of metal bands, around Virginia Beach area. And I probably played the first 10 shows I played were in front of 20 or less people. And that's kind of like the playing later in the night. People go home. So if you're headliner, you're close to the last. There's a lot less people in the room.
Yeah, I think I've got you guys topped. I played one time at Palmetto Brewery for my girlfriend and the keyboard's girlfriend. And I was like, wow, we could have just done this at home, but it's all good. These things happen. And what's been your most favorite show that you played so far? That's been just you went home and you're like, wow, my adrenaline's still pumping. You know, what was your favorite show?
I think we all have the
Yeah.
same one.
All right,
Yeah.
we're ready? 1, 2, 3.
Tin Roof.
Yeah.
Tin Roof.
Last time we played
Mondays
Tin
ago.
Roof, man.
Yeah.
Holy
Tell
shit.
me about this Tin Roof show.
Dude, it's so I played the Tin Roof. I've been in the Charleston area for about 11 years, and been playing on and off with a few other bands over the years. Archer and I have shared the stage together a multitude of times at Rock Pile, played show together at Trolley Pub. I played the Tin Roof probably 15 or so times, and I've never seen a crowd on a weekday night like we had at this last show. It was just the perfect storm. You know, a bunch of guys that work in the food and bev industry, so Monday's kind of a weekend day for us. So all of our friends were out there, and the bartender told me at the end of the night, this is the most that money he's given a band on a Monday night in his life. So it just, that feeling of seeing that room where you can barely fit another person in there is just,
You know, it really was packed.
Yeah, you know, the great thing about the Tin Roof is it's like a hallway, you know, and you get like 50 people in there, and it looks like it's like just totally like filled up. I think my favorite show that I ever got to play was actually on a British Royal Navy vessel that was parked, or docked, not parked, but docked, out in the, was it the Navy shipyard or something like that? And everybody in the crowd had English accents. I think that was my favorite. Now, kind of getting back to like some upcoming shows. Can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming show? Because it looks like you guys are going to be at the Music Farm with A Road the Dream. And I actually got a friend that's in Ugly Poets, Chris Terry, I think.
Dude, Chris Terry is a legend. One of the coolest guys I've ever met. One of the best sound guys I know. Great bass player, plays guitar, piano. I mean, he's just a virtuoso and kind of a legend in Charleston. I've been bartending at the Music Farm for about 4 years, and in my time there, got to play on that stage a few times, and it's got to be hands down the coolest venue in Charleston. It's got that warm, kind of small enough feeling where you're close to the band, but you can still you can pack about 700 people in there. You know, everything from national acts to local shows. We were blessed to get this grouping of bands on this. A Road the Dream is just one of the biggest upcoming bands in Charleston. Just the simple notion, like those guys have all individually been playing in the scene for probably 2 decades or more at this point, and have really held down, you know, multiple genres between rock, grunge, hardcore. So having those guys, Chris with Ugly Poets, Never Any Ordinaries, one of the longest going emo bands in Charleston. So it's like to be able to kind of get this grouping together and kind of make it an indie feel of just rock, grunge, emo, pop punk. I feel like we're catering a little bit to everybody, and we're going to be working with some of the best sound gear, one of the best sound guys in town. And then, of course, my favorite bartenders. I'm a little bit biased working with them. But it's a great place. I mean, you're talking downtown, right next to King Street, AC's, all those other fun bars down there. So it's just, it's kind of a dream come true to a lot of local musicians to get on that stage. I know Rachel, when she found out about it, I feel like she stood up and ran in a circle and sat down just to get some of that energy out real quick. But it's just one of those things where it's kind of every local musician's dream to play on a stage of that capacity.
She hasn't calmed down at all. She wants to shut up about it.
It gets worse with time, too.
Now, I've got another question, because I've been getting a lot of punk rock education in the last couple months here, you know. I'm more of like a 80s hair band rocker kind of guy, you know. I've never really been into the punk scene too much, but I noticed when I went to the Descendants show over at the Music Farm, there was a lot of mosh pitting and slam dancing. Do you envision that that's going to happen at your show, or has it already happened?
We like to encourge safe moshing.
Every show.
Safe, responsible moshing. You know,
Yeah.
We don't want anybody to get hurt, but we want you to try.
Yeah, I got really close to it, and you know, I it felt very exhilarating, and I was just on the outer rim of it, and I didn't go in it, but I just remember I was like, I want to yell at these people. I was like, yeah, get them.
Yeah, that's the energy.
But
that's the
nobody
energy
ever
we want.
really hurts each other. It's just like.
It's like you're talking to him the way Michael Vick talks to his pets, but at the same time, you don't want that kind of unnecessary violence.
Yeah.
We don't promote it.
Like, I thought there was going to be, like, some nosebleeds, you know, some knockouts. No, it's just like...
Yep.
Again, that's not the result we want, but
Everybody
happens,
help everybody. That's the key.
Yeah.
You know? If
Yeah.
somebody falls, pick them up,
Yeah.
and then knock them down again.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a big dude go down real hard in one?
I've been that big dude.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm that big, but yeah, I got knocked out by an elbow. You know Dispatch? You ever hear that band?
Yeah.
The General? I know, of all bands. It was their other project. It was state radio, but what was that? It was some spot in New York, and I went there when I was like 17, and I took an elbow to the dome, and I don't remember the rest of the night. Probably explains a lot about how I act nowadays, but
A little CT never hurt nobody.
yeah, man, it just adds flavor to the personality. You know, you got to jazz yourself up somehow.
Yep.
All right, so when you go
Chris Benoit.
when you go play a gig, you know, like, what's your go-to, you know, drink, or maybe your go-to thing you like? If you don't drink, what do you like to eat?
So I'd say the whole band. We have what is it, Cafecito? What is it?
I think they're called cafes. We just call them cafecitos.
Yeah, okay. We call them
Cafecitos.
cafecitos, but
It's like
they're
Tequila Cafe at Rebel
Tequila.
Taqueria.
Yeah,
It's coffee infused tequila to get you jazzed up.
Yeah, it definitely gets your blood going.
I personally like a heaping dish of Southern Roots barbecue before every one of my gigs.
Same. So do I.
Oh,
No better barbecue in Park Circle.
Oddly enough, I literally got into the music scene in Charleston playing at the old Southern Roots right down the road. We would have open mics every
Oh, that's
Tuesday
right.
night. It was a beautiful thing because it was just a hodgepodge of every random musician you could meet, and I was a bass player just showing up to open mics where, unless you're Victor Wooten, you can't really just go up there and play on your own. So I'd jump up with Johnny Famous and Mike Washaw, a couple 70-year-old old school rockers, and I'd just jam with these guys, and I ended up meeting a lot of the people that inevitably ended up playing with the Innocents through meeting them through one of these open mics, which led me all the way to playing Rockabilly Q a couple years.
I love it.
Rock Pile for I don't even know how long, but Southern Roots really was kind of the progenitor of me being introduced into the Charleston scene, because I grew up in Michigan and only moved here in about 2014. So thank you, Southern Roots. Seriously, like, my entire Charleston music scene knowledge kind of really began there. So,
you know, I love Noah Grove, great guy. But I guess another question: you've said you've been at Rockpile now. Are we going to expect you guys in the future to come out to Rockpile?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe even a Road the Dream too. You know, I'm hoping that you guys would come out and showcase your stuff in front of a room full of people that's there for music. I would love that.
I'm a big pile guy, and I think I speak for the band when I say that as well. We love piles, so any kind of pile, any kind of pile we can get behind, we're gonna hop right on top of that pile.
Oh man. So, you know, all right. Well, another thing I'd probably want to ask is, has there been a band that you haven't gotten to play with on the same bill that you would like to play with on the same bill?
Ozzy Osbourne.
He said Ozzy Osbourne.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's that's.
I think that ship has sailed.
No. We can play with hologram Ozzy Osbourne.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just backline them.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's a loaded question, man. I feel like there's so many bands I'd love to play with. Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I'd say my favorite drummer of all time is Matt Halpern from Periphery.
Oh, yeah, that would be
so
great.
if I could play on that same bill, that would be like a dream come true. I'd probably hang it up after that.
I'm really hoping one day that my band can open up for Dogbite.
Dude, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
And I'm a pop band, you know. So.
Chris, you're my favorite drummer of all time. I just want to let you know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna play with me today.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah, I promise.
Give me a cafecito and some Southern Roots barbecue. Let's party, man.
Let's go.
Well, is there anything that you guys want to tell the audience out there in TV land about the band or about the upcoming show or anything like that?
I'd say we got a lot of traction right now, and to expect some crazy stuff soon. We're really pushing the envelope. We're putting ourselves out there. We're really chasing after it. And I just say, stay tuned. Keep watching. Come to the show.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a while with Nate and Rachel. And the three of us kind of were the last pieces to the puzzle. And since we've all really kind of, I only just joined the band about 2 months ago. And since I joined, I think I was that kind of last piece to really keep everything together. And been playing in this area for a little while now, so I know a few people that can kind of help get the ball rolling further. But I would just say, keep your eye on us. We're not going anywhere out of Charleston anytime soon, but we're going to make sure we're doing something big in Charleston. And like I said, I think it all starts at that show at the Music Farm on August 21st. It's a Thursday night. You can't beat going to the Music Farm for $13. Seeing 4 bands that are all quality. So I'd say just keep watching. A new record probably in the next year or so.
Hope so. Speaking of records, Nate and Rachel put in so many hours on Incinerate. It's on Spotify and available on streaming platforms everywhere. If you're poor like me, you can hop on the thoroughfareofficial.com website and listen to our listen to the stuff that they got going on. But I say with the utmost conviction, our live shows get better and better. So if you like us, check it out. Go on Spotify, check out Incinerate, the album, and then come out and see us live and see what we can do in front of your face.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Archer, and this has been an episode of That Classic Rock Show. Peace and love to all of you, and rock and roll. Come to the Music Farm soon. Should be a great time. Voila. I think that's French for ta-da.
Thank you.
That Classic Rock Show is brought to you by the Rock Pal Jam Sessions and the Pub on 61, 2366 Ashley River Road, Charleston, South Carolina. For those about the rock, we salute you.